Welcome to the race day video. It is the following day, Monday. I'm going to take you through the day from the beginning up until after the race, break down how it went, and my thoughts on the race experience. Start off in the morning. I woke up at 5:15 is when my alarm went off so that I could eat suhoor. So got up and had my first meal at 5:20 because I had to start fasting at 5:35, I believe. So got up, tried not to wake up Damon and Cece because they were still sleeping. Had 2 plain bagels with some honey. Forgot to bring a toaster to the hotel, but it is what it is. That went down, drank a bunch of water, and then went back to bed. Woke up at 7, and then I'll roll the footage from the morning in the hotel before we left to head to the race.
I want to catch a shuttle bus.
When do we want to catch a shuttle bus? I don't know, 8:30?
Okay.
Alarm went off at 7. It is 7:45 or something now. And I'm ready. Damon's not ready yet. He's eating his breakfast.
Your fingers might be worse.
Breakfast of champs. Raw bagels and honey.
Yo, I think I'm gonna do crackers with honey after.
I was telling Damon that I wanted bib number 2782 and got so lucky. Lucky bib number secured. Why is there beet juice in your hand the morning of the race and the night before?
Because I heard that it helps your performance, but I don't know if it's true. But the one thing that people say is there's nitric oxide in it. So something about promoting blood flow. Sleeves. And then my singlet on top.
What a freaking outfit. I guess it's singlet weather. Race day fit. Nike long sleeve.
Cotton.
Nike base layer. Same old race shorts from Old Navy. Some tights from, I don't know, Belega socks. And then pulling out the Fast R3s. Then we hopped onto the shuttle bus that was going to take us to the race area. That's our ride to the start line. As you can see, road conditions are there.
Don't rule it out yet.
All right, we're on the shuttle. Got the nose strip. Roads are a bit slushy, but we'll see. Excuses are loading.
Oh my god.
We got to the art center or something like that, is to where all the athletes were staying warm and kind of gathering right before the race. We went to go find John Ray and Steve and ran into some friends. There's a private shuttle. Today's gonna be one of those days where we say, why do we do this?
Hey! I was just with him.
You racing?
Hey, am I racing? No, you're racing, bro. No, I'm here. I'm chilling, bro.
How are the vibes?
Vibes are good, man. Yo, I got a massage upstairs, so if you need a quick...
I can't. Nothing new on race day.
Nothing doing race day.
The return of the boys.
Yes, sir! We're back from injury, baby.
Let's get it. Steve.
How's it going, man?
It's going.
Ready to kick it?
2:15. I've been looking for you, bro.
I'm running today.
So you're gonna be like 1 hour earlier, right?
That's the goal. So what's the goal? What's the goal?
I haven't heard this yet.
We're going out at 3:35,
3:35?
and then
1:15?
maybe creep down. We'll see. See, that's what I didn't want to hear. Alhamdulillah, bro. Race days are really fun just because you get to catch up with a bunch of people that you don't normally see. So everybody in the running community gathers on race days, whether they're cheering or racing. It's a nice little reunion with all my running friends. After finding everyone, we went out for our warm-up run. Warm-up is there. Conditions are
A++.
Yeah, they're perfect.
For me, I'd say a B-.
It's a little hot though.
Toes are frozen. January's hot.
Plan's still a go or no?
I'm still gonna go out, yeah.
Sweet.
I'm already uncomfortable though. And I gotta poop again.
Oh, you missed the train on that.
And I gotta poop again. And I gotta poop again.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Train on that.
I know. So it's staying in. Decent house though. Is that a Marshall? I know that hat anywhere.
You know that hat?
As you saw me say, I did need to poop, but decided not to. After the warm-up, I headed off to go find the Blacktail boys that I was going to be running with. Found James and Anthony.
Oh, here we go.
Let's get
we ready?
going. I did my shakeout.
All right, nice. We're semi warmed up, so
It's just legs. It's just legs. I don't even have legs. They're so skinny already. It's just bone. Bone doesn't get cold.
Staying warm before the race.
Table for three. Table for three, please.
This guy's
We'll have a few Mortons.
He's way too happy right now.
Check in with me after the race.
I don't have all this black toe stuff.
I'll got to tell you, man.
You get it? You get it. Don't record it. I don't like black toe.
Then we headed out to the start line, or the corral, and got comfortable in there.
Yeah, I didn't know the 40-minute short ride. I warmed up for like 3 minutes.
We got a private shuttle.
I got like a 3-minute ride, like 3-minute warm up.
I think I'm the most colorful person here. You definitely are.
Good luck for everyone!
There we go, there we go.
It's chilly, it's chilly.
Subscribe, like button, notification. I see you in the next video.
Yo, good luck, guys.
Excitement of being in a start corral is something that's kind of hard to replicate. Everybody trained for this race and we're all just waiting to be let off, and it's really like you could feel everyone's excitement and kind of nervousness. When we set the conditions for race day, it was -8, felt like -11 or 12 because of the wind. So not a warm day at all, but not as bad as last year's race. So windy, and the road conditions, it did snow the night before, but they did a pretty decent job of cleaning the roads, and the sun was out. The sun was very helpful in melting whatever was on the road, and when we did have pockets of no wind and just sun, it was actually getting a little bit warm. But let's cut to the basically only race footage that I have, because I was not comfortable taking out my camera during the race too much. But here is the beginning of the race where things were going very well.
2K in. Feeling good so far. Still talking. This is so fun.
boys are ripping.
I think so. I can't tell what pace we're running right now, though.
That's why to be like that though.
I mean, you should be ahead of us.
I'll do that like maybe 10K? I don't know.
My watch is saying 350 right now. You're running 350?
That's nice.
I don't know, though.
As you could see, vibes were good. 2.5K in, it was me, Anthony, James, and Dylan pretty much running in a pack. We did have some other people join in here and there, but it was very smooth from the beginning. We were off, so first 5K we split 17:56, and then second 5K 17:56 again is what I have. So the first 10K felt very good. It was, I wouldn't even say comfortably uncomfortable, it was just comfortable, which was refreshing, because going into this race I never had a session at half marathon pace where it actually felt good. I'm like, there's no way I can hold this for an hour and 15 minutes or something like that. But from the beginning, everything just felt smooth. So first 10K smooth. I would say the race started to get hard at 12K is when I was like, okay, I have to do this for, another 30-ish minutes. And once you start doing those kind of mental maths, that's how you know you're going to be going through it a bit. But I would say I still wasn't focusing too hard just to keep the pace. We were splitting off 335 pretty consistently. The next 5K, so 15K into the race, was 17:44. Slight pickup there. And then at 14K is when James took off. It was me and Anthony, and Dylan had already taken off too because he wanted to run like 113 or something. So James took off at 14K, and me and Anthony kind of agreed we're gonna maintain the pace that we're running. And then around 15K to 16K is when things kind of took a turn for me. My stomach was not having it, and I was holding in some bowel movements for like a good, or pretty much the rest of the race, to the point where Anthony pulled away from me at 16K. I had to like slow my pace down to not poop my pants basically. So we were probably splitting 330 to 335 ish, and I had to slow down to 345 to get comfortably run that pace, which was difficult. So he pulled away at 16K, and once the bowel movement was like, it would come and go, whereas like once the urge wasn't there anymore, I could kind of pick up the pace again, and you'll probably see that in the way that the chart's moving. But Anthony took off, and then I'm like, all right, let me try to catch him, and I was making up ground, and then my stomach would be like, nope, again, and I'd have to slow down a bit, to the point where the toughest part of the race for me was not the pace or anything. At 20K at the marker, I had to legit stop and walk for like, it seems like it's a blur to me how long I actually did walk, but you can see there's a blip in the graph. I'll put it up where my pace just drops, and maybe it's like 100 meters or so. And at that point, I was like, if I saw a porta potty, I would have pulled off and probably cut another minute or two off of the race. But it kind of passed, and then I picked up the pace again and just ran for my life for the rest of the race. I looked down at my watch at, I think there was like 400 meters left or so. So 20.7K. And it was 114 something. So I knew I had to run pretty fast to close out just to get 115. And as I crossed the finish line, I saw 115.50 something. Final chip time, 115.49. So pretty happy with that. Despite the conditions, I do feel without the bowel movements, I think I could have finished with Anthony. I was not catching James. James ran like 114 low, which is insane, and Anthony ran 115 low. And yeah, tough. I would say I was fighting some shitty demons the whole time, but lesson learned, use the washroom next time before the race. And I usually take Imodium, which is an anti-diuretic before races, but some reason I decided not to take it today, and lesson was learned.
Hey, how's it going? How'd it go, boys? Fine. How'd it go? Bro, that was rough. Pain cave. First pain cave of the year. Oh, 115 high. I'm telling you, no excuses, but headwind on 1,000. Faster, fasted though. Yo, literally. This guy walked and still got it. I think I could have got low 115 if I didn't actually walk and then go. Let me go. I had to take a shit so bad. Like, I had to stop and be like, no. If you run faster, the shit will go away. No. Like, the faster, I couldn't clench my cheeks, man. Hey, we all got talents. That's how you know. Like I said, James is a freaking beast. Yeah.
Previous PB going into this race was last year Chile. I ran 120.20. So almost a 5-minute PB. I will say that race, I didn't start racing it until 3K in because I was going to pace Jason. I'm sorry. And I decided that we probably weren't going to hit the target, so I sent it after that. So I was probably in like 119 something shape last year. So fitness has definitely been gained over a year. I just want to quickly go over how the training block went so far. So up to Chile, one thing that was a lot different is I ran on the treadmill a lot. I did the math, and I would say this training block was, let's say, December to February, so 3 months. And in that 3 months, I ran, December was 37% of my runs were on the treadmill. January was 61% of my runs, like the mileage was on the treadmill, and February was 48% of the mileage was on the treadmill, which is a lot different than how I was training before. And I can say that the treadmill fitness kind of translated to the road. So it worked. I don't know if it's optimal, but it definitely helped get me in shape. And then, other than the treadmill, I did miss like 2 weeks of training because of Achilles tendonitis. And then I missed half a week because of the flu. So I would say almost 3 weeks of sessions missed. But those are my excuses on why I didn't go sub 75. But I do think the fitness is there, and I'm excited to train for my next race, which I'll talk about in the next video. I can confidently say that I was fasted. I don't know if fasting played that big of a role in my finishing time, but as you say, like, all things goes to God, so, which is alhamdulillah. So thanks for tuning in. As usual, don't comment, like, or subscribe. Running is a privilege.